Comes with a handy storage compartment. It's a great gift for sofa surfers. Whether you're sitting, lounging or lying down, get the perfect view with Pillow Pad Foldaway. Only $19.99 from Asda, Dunelm, Morrison's, Tesco and jmldirect.com.
This year, so many people won't be home for Christmas. Not everyone has a place to call home, with the comfort of a warm bed and a roof over their heads. Or somewhere safe to wake up on Christmas morning. Not everyone has a loving family to share their Christmas day. As we celebrate in our own homes this Christmas, please think of those without a home to call their own and help the Salvation Army reach out to them this Christmas. Just £19 could help us give people a fresh start off the streets, bring comfort and support to families in poor housing, and get youngsters like Jake started with a place to call home. So please, think of those with no home this Christmas and call 0800 840 1234 to give £19 to the Salvation Army. Thank you.
From interesting tech startups to industry-leading companies, politics, sports, culture, curry, cricket. Oh, there's so much to talk about. Like me, if you too thrive on interesting conversations, this is a show you cannot miss. Watch this space to know more about all matters and all people that make Britain what it is today. Out of Britain, with me, Radhika Iyer.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello and welcome. This is India Global. I'm Gaurie, Dwivedi. Let's get you the headlines this Monday evening. First up, Japan's Ishiba wins Prime Minister vote amidst massive scandal. Ishiba has been re-elected hours after his cabinet resigned. COP29 opens in Azerbaijan for talks on climate finance. Delegates from nearly 200 countries attending. Negotiations seek increase in a $100 billion target for developing nations. Brampton Hindu temple attack organizer has been arrested. Indrajit Ghosal charged with assault with a weapon. Kremlin denies reports of talks with the president-elect Donald Trump. Russia says the reports of Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin speaking are just pure fiction, and says that Putin has no concrete plans yet to speak to US President-elect Donald Trump. All right, the first story that we are focusing on in today's India Global is the latest situation that's unfolding in Bangladesh. In fact, there's lots happening right now in Bangladesh, and let's take that one by one. First and most important bit, that is that Bangladesh's interim government is now seeking Interpol to repatriate former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She is in India on asylum, and the Yunus government is now seeking Interpol's help to issue a red corner notice for the former Prime Minister. An interim government has accused Sheikh Hasina of brutal, quote-unquote, suppression. Now, what really happens in the event of a red corner notice? How does it function? Remember, Interpol is a multinational, multi-nation police agency that's headquartered in France. How does it work? Can it really ensure the repatriation that Bangladesh's interim government wants to? Let's first take a look at this report that my colleague Disha Bakshi has filed to really understand what this red corner notice is all about. Then we come back and talk more about the big picture that's unfolding in Bangladesh.
What is a Interpol notice? So an Interpol notice is essentially an international alert which helps share any sort of information about a criminal or any sort of information about a crime that could be taking place, as well as information about missing persons, as well as missing or unidentified dead bodies in some cases. So it is an international alert to share information about crimes between various member nations. So it is an alert that is shared between the police forces of these member nations to help exchange information about the whereabouts of a criminal or who is accused in a member nation, or any sort of other criminal activity. Now, these Interpol notices are color coded. As I mentioned, the Yunus government is attempting to issue a red notice, which is for wanted persons and persons who are facing trial in a particular member nation. Now, some other color coded notices are the blue notice, which basically seeks additional information about the whereabouts of a certain wanted person, whether it comes to their location, uh, and any other such details that could be crucial in order to apprehend them. Now, the Interpol's green notice is for warnings and intelligence. So, it is to share intelligence on any sort of warning between member nations of a possible attack or a possible criminal hiding in a particular member nation. Now, in terms of yellow notice, it is for missing persons. So, in case, and this is especially, this notice is used for minor individuals, if they are, say, missing in a particular country. This notice is used to share information in case any information about the missing person has been found, or the person itself has been found in, say, another member nation. So these are some of the color coded notices that help the police forces of these different member nations exchange information in an efficient.
Okay, so that is really to understand what the Interpol can possibly do. There are several notices that it can issue. Now, Sheikh Hasina, with regard to Sheikh Hasina, Mohammed Yunus's government is now seeking a red corner notice. And after that, it wants extradition or repatriation, actually, of Sheikh Hasina back, because it feels that the brutal suppression that happened under her regime needs to now be accounted for. And along with that, there are parallel other latest developments that are taking place in Bangladesh. I'm going to quickly now open this up with the guests who are joining me on the show, Salim Samad as well as Raza Karim, to really understand the latest that's unfolding in Bangladesh. In fact, Raza Karim, let me start with you. Two things have happened. One is the fact that a red corner notice is being sought. It hasn't been issued. It's being sought from Interpol. Parallelly, there are now, there's a clamor that's growing within the Awami League, which wants now and is knocking on the doors of the ICC, because it feels that Mohammed Yunus's government is also undertaking genocide. They've actually used the word genocide, quote unquote. So months after the turmoil that engulfed Bangladesh, it seems that normalcy is still some time away. Instead of bridging these divides, unfortunately, it seems that those factions are only growing.
You are right. Thank you. Actually, in this aspect, both the issue is logical. If you talk about the one you said about the Bangladesh, the filing case against chief advisor, that has some causes, and also again the red notice by Interpol, that has also good causes, because in Bangladesh currently against ex-Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, there are a lot of cases filed against her, and all those cases were related with against the humanity, against her killing the students, journalists, and her orders to the law enforcement agencies to kill the students and kill the common people. So this was aggressive act from ex-Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And again, about the filing case against a chief advisor, that has also caused is that after 5th August to 8th August, the one they have mentioned in their case under Article 15 Rome Statute, under that clause, they have filed a case under
Major
ICC
Raza,
and
Major
mentioned.
Raza, I'll let you finish your point. Just one thing I want to say. In fact, let's quickly tell our viewers the big questions that we are in fact asking with regard to what is happening in Bangladesh, warrants the discussion. What is really unfolding there? There are two things parallelly happening. There are two agencies that are being knocked on by two different sets of political parties. One reaching out to Interpol, the second reaching out to the ICC, both demanding action against the other political outfit. Finish your point now, Major Raza, and then I get in
Thank
Salim
you.
Samad.
Thank you. You are right. So from the ICC, if the ICC accept the case from Awami League, then ICC also take it into consideration that what happened before 5th August. Because before 5th August, there are a lot of mass killing. So if you call it, if you term it as genocide after 5th August, then what happened before 5th August, that must be taken into consideration. That is also part of genocide.
Fair enough.
So
let me now get in Salim Samad on this. Salim Samad, now the question is very, very clear, which is that as these parallel agencies are being brought into the picture, as parallel probes are being sought, one by the Awami League, second by the political opponents of Awami League, which are now in power right now, what happens to Bangladesh? What happens to the whole aspiration of walking towards normalcy? How far away is now Bangladesh from that goal?
Thank you for having me. First of all, you are possibly concerned about the two agencies. ICC is definitely a different entity where the Awami League leaders who have filed case against Professor Yunus. Unfortunately, Professor Yunus was not in power. She was out of the country. He has not taken sword on Dr. Yunus, in fact, took oath on the 8th, and their allegation is against Bangladesh or the leaders of Bangladesh or the management or the administration of Bangladesh from 5th to 8th, where there was no government at all. There was no police, there was no law enforcement, there was no administration. It's absolutely a chaotic situation from the up to the 8th.
Okay, so has chaos ended now? I take your point that Muhammad Yunus, Professor Yunus was not in government then. My question is very simple, which is that has chaos ended now?
What kind of chaos you're talking about?
You tell me. There is one political outfit knocking on the doors of Interpol, one knocking on the doors of ICC.
Okay, Interpol. So let's talk about Interpol. Interpol, if you look into the website, you'll find hundreds of international terrorists are on the list. Interpol hadn't done much about getting those terrorists or the most wanted people. It was very hardly they have found somebody to take them to the court. So this is one issue. If you look into whatever the terrorists there, if you're talking about Al-Qaeda, if you're talking about ISIS, they have done nothing. So I am not very hopeful about Interpol. Interpol is much, yes, you can definitely point your fingers and say, yes, there is has been included in the red notice of the most wanted. That's it.
Major Raza, I have two questions. Okay, two questions I'm going to ask to both of you. First is the fact that there seems to be a certain shift in the position of Bangladesh, which had earlier said that they will not be seeking a repatriation of Sheikh Hasina. They would not be seeking her extradition. And now there is the Law Minister of Bangladesh making it very clear that they want extradition, and they are, of course, knocking on the doors of Interpol. The question is, what has changed?
Actually, basically, you need to understand that where the current government is focusing. Current government is mostly focusing for the interest of the nation. And accordingly, Dr. Muhammad Yunus and his advisors, they are seriously working to build the nation, build the country, because previously, before 5th August, there are a lot of turmoils went through. So all on a sudden, you cannot repair everything. But again, after 5th August, for certain period, there was no government, actually no authoritarian. So after 8th August, the new chief advisor and his team.
No, my question was what has changed? I was not asking you for chronology, sir. I understand that.
I'm coming to your point. So the change is that actually the moment the government is trying to bring certain positive changes, right at that moment, the Awami League and the other associated agencies, they are not cooperating. Especially that our law enforcement agency that is not still repaired. Our especially internal domestic, our discipline is not still okay. Our forces and our paramilitary forces, our border guards, our internal disciplinary forces, all of them are working together. But we
Right.
need certain time.
Right. It's been
And
it's been it's
and
been
a big change
96
is
days,
there.
sir. It's been 96 days since the political upheaval started in Bangladesh, and it felt that maybe it is inching towards normalcy. These developments seem to indicate that isn't the case. Salim
Yeah,
Samad,
yeah.
right. Salim
Still,
Samad, I have
still,
one
still,
question. I'll come back
that
to
is
you,
the
sir. I'll
reason.
come back to you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, finish your point. Finish your point. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the reason our national election time is not declared, because
Okay.
the country is still not stable. If the country would have been declared stable, then the election, national
Fair
election
enough.
date would
Elections are
have been
not being
declared.
announced because you don't know when stability will
Yeah,
return. But the other side to it, Salim
exactly.
Samad, is that now there is a decision that's been taken by the government that whatever decisions this interim government will take will hold true as and when elections take place, as and when a new prime minister comes in. These decisions, the ones that are being taken right now, will not be tested in court. Is there a sense in some intellectual quarters in Bangladesh that this indicates that it is moving away from accountability? Is the Mohammed Yunus government moving away from accountability to its people?
I'm not sure what you are talking about describing to accountability. The accountability has never been implemented in Bangladesh since the liberation in 1971. So let's not talk about accountability and transparency and the democratic institution, which is totally absent. So you cannot expect Yunus to overnight, make those institutions to grow in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. What I'm trying to tell you that Professor Yunus has time and again has mentioned even to the Indian media, you must have read that the trial until there's a verdict of the trial of Sheikh Hasina in the Bangladesh court, that the deportation or the repatriation or the
Right.
extradition will not take place. So
Sure.
this is one issue. And let me tell you one thing. He will not process this case until and unless the United Nations Human Rights Commission, which is already supposed
Okay.
to submit a report in the month of December.
Okay.
So obviously, this court will also not process the case of against Hasina, especially for crime against humanity.
Right. Okay. So lots of developments lined up. Let's see how soon the normalcy that everybody has been hoping for actually comes back. Major Raza, Salim Samad, thanks so much for speaking to me on India Global. In fact, shifting focus now to the other big story that we are tracking. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar spoke at the India-Russia Business Forum. In fact, Dr. Jaishankar highlighted the long-term partnership with Russia, and he said that world is moving towards ever greater multipolarity. Remember, the first Deputy Prime Minister of Russia is in India right now. And on agenda is essentially the economic interests and strategic interests between Russia and India that are converging on multiple forums and multiple areas. Listen in to Dr. Jaishankar. We come back and talk more about the Russia-India relationship.
We are all aware of the complementary nature of our respective economies. If we recognize that fully, then it also follows that our approach is not transactional, but aimed at building long-term partnerships. In energy domains such as oil, gas, coal, or uranium, India will always be a major player in the international markets. This applies as well to the demand for fertilizers of various kinds. Constructing a mutually beneficial arrangement will help us both address the volatility and the uncertainty of our times.
All right, let's now, in fact, quickly get in my colleague Mohammad Ghazali to fill us in with the very latest in terms of what all can we expect from this high-profile visit. Go ahead, Mohammad, explain to us how crucial this visit is.
See, Gaurie, today Mr. Jaishankar was attending this this India-Russia Business Forum meeting today, and tomorrow there is an intergovernmental meeting which is to be held in Delhi, Intergovernmental Commission. Now, Intergovernmental Commission is actually a host of ministries which is now being, from both sides, will be led by Mr. Jaishankar from India and his counterpart, or say the first Deputy Prime Minister who is in India. He will be holding that meeting tomorrow in Delhi. But what is the relevance of this visit? Most of these demands which the Foreign Minister today spoke while addressing the forum was around 10 things he spoke about, that how India and Russia can deepen their ties. But 3 things stand out. One, that trade should be done in national currencies or local currencies for both the governments. This is what he emphasized while he addressed the forum meeting. Second, while we are talking about that how relevant this visit of Russian First Deputy Prime Minister is to deepen the trade ties, this comes at a time when 19 Indian entities have faced sanctions from US State Department for having trade with Russia. So amid this, in the backdrop of these sanctions, India is still pushing ahead for deepening trade ties with Russia. Besides that, there is also talk about connectivity. There is international north-south transit corridor. Then there is a corridor which connects Chennai with one of the cities of Russia. So these 3 issues stand out in this meeting because while Russia is facing hostile relations with the other Western countries, meanwhile India is in a position that it can leverage its relations, it can deepen its relations with Russia. And tomorrow, most important meetings will be taking place in Delhi, in the national capital, when Mr. Jaishankar and the first Deputy Prime Minister of Russia will be holding talks about how in different sectors, be it defense, be it space, technology and other sectors, India and Russia can deepen their ties.
Right. All right, Mohammad Ghazali, we leave it there. Thanks much for explaining to us the significance of this visit. All right, on that note, we slip into a very, very short break. We come back on the other side, talk more about, well, the latest as far as the attack on the temple in Brampton. The organizer has been arrested. What next? We come back and tell you. Stay with us.
At Tesco Mobile, that Black Friday feeling lasts longer. Get our 60 gig SIM for just £13 a month with club card prices, saving you £48. And what's more, that price is frozen for your whole contract. Plus, you'll get an extra £20 worth of club card points for even more value, turning Black Friday into Black Friday. It pays to be connected. Search Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
Engage and excite your pets with Chuckle Chums from JML, the interactive dog toy that keeps your furry friends engaged with boundless joy. Just shake to activate and watch your pup's eyes light up with excitement. And it switches itself off when they're done. It's great for both dogs young and old. Choose from 2 adorable designs and treat your furry friends to engaging play this Christmas with Chuckle Chums. Only $14.99 from Asda, Morrison's, Robert Dyas, Tesco and JMLdirect.com. JML, your Christmas made easier.
We all know animals have feelings. They depend on kindness, just like you and me. So imagine how they feel when they're beaten, starved, and unloved. Every minute, the RSPCA is called on to save animals in physical agony and mental torment. It's unbearable to see the pain in their eyes. We refuse to give up on them, but to rescue them from a life of fear, we urgently need animal lovers like you to donate today. Please call 0800 121 4259 or text KIND to 84902 to give £2 a month to the RSPCA. Your gift will help fund more life-saving rescues, more emergency treatment, and more gentle rehabilitation. Every month, you'll be helping to keep animals free from pain and sadness, so they can find the comfort and joy they deserve. Right now, across the country, thousands are suffering deliberate harm. But together, we can show animals what kindness feels like. Together, we can rescue them. So please, call 0800 121 4259, text KIND to 84902, or visit our website to start your monthly donation today. Thank you.
With Post Office Over 50s life cover, enjoy peace of mind knowing your family will receive a guaranteed payout when you're gone. UK resident 50 to 80, you're guaranteed acceptance. No health checks and from just £1.15 a week. Plus free 24/7 GP access with the health and wellbeing benefit. Purchase and receive a £125 gift card for amazon.co.uk, Tesco or M&S. Call Post Office on 0800 171 2211.
के अंदर वो हैं।
Welcome back. This is India Global, and the big story that we are now focusing on is the latest as far as the Canada incident where the Brampton Hindu temple was attacked. And now latest update coming in is that the organizer of that attack has now been arrested. The Sikh for Justice coordinator Inderjit Gosal was charged with assault with a weapon. And remember, Sikhs for Justice is a banned terror outfit in India. Panun's aide has been arrested amidst the violent attack that took place on the temple in Brampton. Pro-Khalistani protest took place outside at the Hindu Sabha Mandir, and that led to that very violent attack that took place. Inderjit Gosal was considered and is considered Panun's lieutenant. In fact, an official word coming in from Sikhs for Justice, as I said, an organization that's banned in India and treated as a terror organization. It has said that Gosal was targeted by pro-Khalistan elements. All right, the latest update coming in as far as the US elections results and the impact that could happen as far as the India-US relationship is concerned. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar has said that, in fact, he's exuded confidence that the Indo-US ties will only bolster during President-elect Donald Trump's tenure. Dr. Jaishankar has said that India is unfazed by Trump's return and India is not concerned by the outcome of the US elections. And in fact, he highlighted Prime Minister's rapport with successive presidents of United States, including Donald Trump. He said that Prime Minister is among the first 3 calls that were made by President-elect Donald Trump. And in fact, what does Trump's return mean for Indo-US ties is a key question that is being watched and looked at, given the fact that tariffs, immigration and trade policies are likely to be the key focus areas over the next 4 years. Listen in to what Dr. Jaishankar said when asked about the future and the next course of the Indo-US relationship under Donald Trump's tenure.
Prime Minister was among the first 3 calls, I think, that President Trump took. And look, India, Prime Minister Modi has actually built rapport across multiple presidents. So, for him, there's something natural in terms of how he forges those relationships. I know today a lot of countries are nervous about the US, okay? Let's be honest about it. We are not one of them.
All right, on to the latest as far as COP29 is concerned. It's opened in Azerbaijan with focus as far as climate funding is concerned. Remember, this is an organization where all issues related to climate are likely or expected to be thrashed out. Climate funding being one such primary and key area of focus. Delegates from nearly 200 countries are attending COP29, and negotiators are seeking an increase in a $100 billion annual target. India is also set to focus on both climate finance as well as accountability, areas that impact developing countries the most. And next 10 days, we will know what is the final outcome of these negotiations. In fact, shifting focus now to the latest as far as Pakistan is concerned, where air pollution is now soaring, with Lahore now battling record smog, which is choking Pakistan's Punjab province. Multan has become one of the most polluted cities worldwide. The visuals that really tell you the story. Multan's air index actually hit 1,914. Unbelievable. Lahore at 760. Roads have been closed due to very poor visibility and also leading to multiple road accidents. And smog has forced High Court to in fact shut down. Trade activities have also been shut down after 8 p.m. All right, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of India Global. Thanks so much for watching.
Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
We need another camera.
What for?
They're collectibles. What?
Now you've got a camera each.
Yay!
Save big with our Black Friday offers. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Glasses Direct. Get yourself a great big deal on your new glasses. Right now, at Glasses Direct, get 2 pairs from £15. That includes your lenses and free returns. No quibbles. Oh, now we've got your attention. It's easy to see why we're trusted by over 3 million UK customers. For a really big deal on your glasses, you should go direct to glassesdirect.co.uk.
It's that time again as citizens put their doors in the draw for People's Postcode Lottery's biggest ever prize pot.
In the December draws, you and your neighbours could win a share of £32.5 million.
Whether you own or rent, absolutely any door can enter. Sign up before midnight on the 1st of December.
A share of £32.5 million could be yours, but only if your door is in the draw.
Unleash the power of hands-free lighting with NeckBright from JML. The powerful and versatile wearable neck light. Easily adjust the direction or how bright you need the light. The lights are also detachable, and the magnetic base lets you attach it to any metal surface, giving you the right light when and where you need it. Discover the ultimate hands-free lighting solution this Christmas with NeckBright. Only $19.99 from Asda, Argos, Dunelm, Tesco and jmldirect.com. JML, your Christmas made easier.
Life's full of times like this. Oh yeah. The gaps between the good stuff. Okay. Like killing time in waiting rooms. It's not long until you've had enough. David, it's time for some tombola. Working on that flat pack. Open for fun. Been bulking up the 6-pack. Open for fun.
Yes! I've won £11!
All right, calm down. It's just a bit of bingo. Open for fun.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Chandrababu Naidu's TDP, JSP, BJP coalition presents its first state budget, hits out at the earlier YSRCP government for leaving the state in economic ruins, declares the road ahead for the economically fragile state. Well, the top story this evening, as the campaign for the by-elections to 3 assembly constituencies in Karnataka, remember 3 crucial constituencies, came to a close, there was both acrimony, aggression and derogatory remarks. State Minister for Minorities and Housing, Zamir Ahmed Khan's derogatory reference about Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy led to a strong reaction from the JDS and a demand for Zamir Ahmed's resignation. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, meanwhile, in North Karnataka, threw an open challenge to Prime Minister Modi to prove the allegation against the Karnataka Congress of sending 700 crores to fund the Maharashtra polls. The political temperature clearly soaring.
Karnataka's Minister for Minorities, Zamir Ahmed Khan, who has been under attack for the order claiming farming land for the Waqf board. He has landed himself in another controversy. Speaking at a campaign stage in the by-polls for the Channapatna constituency, Zamir Ahmed allegedly used abusive remarks against Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy, whose son Nikhil is the BJP JDS candidate. He made the comment while playing an alleged video of Kumaraswamy's comments on Muslim voters.
म्हणजे मुसलमानों की वोट की जरूरत नहीं है, वोटा मांगने जाता भी नहीं, म्हणजे वोटा भी देना नहीं करको। ये कौन बोल रहा सो? हमारा काला कुमारस्वामी।
H.D. Kumaraswamy and Zamir Ahmed are friends turned rivals who had similar exchanges in the past, and the minority votes are crucial in the battle for Channapatna. The JDS has now launched an offensive against Zamir Ahmed, demanding action against him.
जो उन्होंने हमारे कुमारस्वामी जी के बारे में बोला है, उनकी कितनी छोटी सी सोच है, ये बताता है सबको। हमें पता है हमारे कुमारस्वामी एकदम हीरे हैं, सोना है, हम जानते हैं, और आपको रिजल्ट भी जल्दी मिलने वाला है।
Karnataka Minister Zamir Ahmed Khan's racist salam at the Union Minister Kumaraswamy has evoked reaction from all quarters. The Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is yet to react, but the JDS is adamant on Zamir's resignation.
BJP also chimed in as the abusive remarks snowballs into a political slugfest.
Mr. Zamir Ahmed to call anybody like anything and keep on going. But still I insist that this report should be withdrawn, notice should be given. If somebody is, if he feels that somebody has committed, then let him give his report.
Meanwhile, in North Karnataka, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah took on Prime Minister Modi and challenged the latter to prove his allegation that Karnataka Congress had sent 700 crores to fund the Maharashtra campaign, sparking another face-off.
ನನಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಭಾಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಬ್ಕಾರಿ ಇಲಾಖೆಯಿಂದ 700 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಜಾರ್ಖಂಡ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಉಪಚುನಾವಣೆಗೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಸವಾಲು ಹಾಕ್ತೇನೆ, ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನ ಸಾಬೀತು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ರಾಜಕೀಯದಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೀವು ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಸತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ದೂರವಾದಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಥ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ, ಇಂಥ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಭಾರತದ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತದ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Clearly, the political exchange in Karnataka is only getting more intense. With Nihal Kidwai, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Well, so for a quick face-off this evening as the campaign for the by-polls in Karnataka comes to a close, Bhavya Narasimhamurthy, spokesperson of the Congress, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda of the Bharatiya Janata Party joining us this evening. Thank you too for being here. Bhavya, first to you. Zamir Ahmed Khan's comment, avoidable, derogatory and something. What's the Congress's position on that comment?
We will look into it. If there is anything derogatory and something against the law will take its course. Coming back to what the Prime Minister is alleging our Chief Minister about 700 crores being, siphoned off from the government. Our Chief Minister has openly put a challenge. If the Prime Minister has the, courage, let him take this challenge and prove it. Whoever wins will stay in
Lakshmi
power.
Gowda,
the other person
respond
will
to what the
resign.
Congress spokesperson has said.
Let the Prime Minister actually take this challenge if he can. If he has the courage, let him face the Chief Minister. It's, there is a dignity to the position of Prime Minister. It's a
Let Lakshmi Gowda
Every
respond to what you
statement
said.
he makes should be backed by facts.
It is the
Not
It
just
is the
for words,
saddest
you can
state
just
of
make.
affairs. It is the most saddest state of affairs that democratically elected political representative like Mr. Zamir Ahmed, who can flag or castigate using derogatory and racist and untoward and uncanny remarks about another democratically elected person, the two are union minister like H.D. Kumaraswamy, is highly unacceptable and it is highly condemnable. The party has had the history of protecting and even honoring the people who are involved in making the untoward remarks and those who are making derogatory remarks like Sam Pitroda earlier. And the party hasn't taken any action till now. The party should come forward should take the cognizance of the matter first and should sack him and tell him.
Lakshmi, the party says, the Congress spokesperson has said they will look into it. If they do find it derogatory, action will be taken. The Congress spokesperson has raised the other issue of Siddaramaiah, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah throwing a challenge to the Prime Minister. Is there proof of the allegation made against the Karnataka Congress? Your response to that?
There is a proof of a scam involved to the tune of 700 crores in the excise department. That has been, the party has had the history of channeling out or chiffoning off so much of funds during elections in the neighborhood states or in other states, other states, and there is a proof that they've involved in scam and scandal that is to the tune of 700 crores, that too from excise department. Where will they channel all this money? Where will they channel this amount of money? This definitely will go to the election board Maharashtra state, isn't it? We are not doing any untoward remarks or derogatory remarks. It's all the fact. They are involved in the scam. The scam is real. 700 crore inappropriation of the fund is real. The Muda scam is real. The Valmiki Corporation scam is real. I'm not making any untoward or derogatory remarks.
Bhavya, the
without any fact.
BJP saying they are making allegations on the scam.
There is
when the Prime Minister
The BJP is
from
saying
their
they're making
party-
allegations on the scam. What about Zamir Ahmed's remarks? It's out in the open on air. The question to the Congress
That's exactly what I'm
specifically is
saying.
that in terms of that remark,
That we will look into it. Any disciplinary action will be taken. It has happened today. But what Lakshmi just said, I can totally understand. A prime minister from their party, if he can make baseless allegation, sitting in a constitutional position, of course, Lakshmi has to repeat that. Like, what kind of evidence do you people have? How did you arrive at a number of 700 crore? And what evidence do you have that it has been siphoned off to some other state for elections? I honestly believe if you people are alleging a chief minister of siphoning of 700 crores, I can only